Every town has its stories, but none as chilling as the tale of the whispering shadows of Hollowbrook. It was the kind of town where secrets weren't just kept, they were buried. The residents walked the cobbled streets with an unspoken agreement never to discuss the inexplicable phenomena that occurred once the sun slipped out of sight. Eleanor had just moved into Bellamy House, an old Victorian mansion perched on the edge of the town. It had stood vacant for years, wrapped in a lingering mist of mystery. The townsfolk advised her against buying it, their eyes darkened with an unspoken fear, but she was undeterred. The crumbling bricks and creaking doors spoke of history, and Eleanor was a seeker of stories, a restorer of forgotten places. It wasn't long before she noticed strange occurrences. At dusk, she would catch glimpses of movement from the corner of her eye, shadows that seemed to dance without a source. She dismissed it as fatigue, as the weariness of unpacking, until one night she heard the whispers. Soft, indistinct voices echoing through the empty halls, growing louder as the night deepened. The first night she ignored them, wrapping herself in the safety of the fireplace's glow. The second night, she strained to hear the words, her curiosity overpowering her dread. By the third night, sleep was a distant memory. She wandered through the mansion with a lantern, chasing the whispering shadows that eluded her grasp. Eleanor found an old journal beneath the floorboards of the attic. It belonged to Marjorie Bellamy, the last known resident before the house was abandoned. The entries spoke of the same whispers, the same shadows. Marjorie described them not as mere ghosts, but as fragments of the restless dead, seeking an escape from their spectral prison. Each word sent chills down Eleanor's spine, but she felt an inexplicable kinship with Marjorie, a shared torment that spanned decades. One entry stood out: the shadows are fragments of sorrow, pieces of broken souls. They whisper not to scare, but to be heard, to be freed. Determined to uncover the truth, Eleanor began to communicate with the shadows, asking questions, seeking answers. The whispers grew more coherent, piecing together a tale of unresolved anguish, of pain and loss. The shadows weren't malevolent, they were desperate for release. The climax came on a stormy night when the whispers reached a crescendo. Eleanor stood in the grand hall, journal in hand, reciting Marjorie's final words, a plea for peace. The air grew thick with anticipation, the shadows swirling around her in a dance of desperation. For a moment, silence reigned, and then, as if a dam had burst, the whispers ceased. The shadows dissolved into the night, leaving Eleanor alone in a profound stillness.